So in today's topic, we will be talking about the conversion of biomass into electrical power. So this presentation will focus on what is biomass and where does it come from, and the two main methods to produce electricity from biomass. The first method is the steam cycle, and the second method looks at the gasifiers and gas turbines. What biomass is biological material which had originated from living organisms. In this case, it refers to plants. It is also known as lignocellulose, and it consists of carbohydrate polymers bound tightly together by lignin. Lignocellulose can be classified into three categories: virgin biomass, waste biomass, and energy crop fuel. In turn, virgin biomass has also three categories of its own: trees, brushes, and grass. One form of biomass is the waste biomass, which is particularly used by the industrial sectors, especially in the agriculture and forestry business. These are the byproducts that result from their agriculture practices. The last form of biomass is the energy crop fuel, which is wood that is taken by companies and harvested to create into biofuels. The main parts of the wood used for this is the bark and the main parts of the limbs and the tops that are seen up there. The main trees that are especially used for the energy harvesting business are poplar, willow, pine, and eucalyptus. Here, this is the first method to produce electricity from wood. In this method, a steam turbine will be used to produce electricity. A steam turbine is not as efficient because it uses a lower operating temperature, which results in a lower efficiency. The maximum industrial efficiencies so far right now have been found to be somewhere between 16 to 26%. Right now, we will walk through a steam turbine cycle to see how it behaves. The wood chips would be stored in this tank below right here, and it would serve as the fuel for the system. So as the system is heated by using wood as fuel, and the water is stored in the tank below, two byproducts will be created. Exhaust, which is released into the surroundings, and it will be the reject material, and steam, which is passed on to the steam turbine through these pipes. As the steam is passed on to the turbine, and which causes the turbine to spin and power the generator, in turn creating electricity, there is also water vapor which is sent down to the condenser so that the system can be reused over and over again. So after passing through the condenser, the water is returned back to the tank, and this process can be repeated over so that the cycle can continue to be powered. The second method used to produce electricity by using wood would be through the use of gas turbines and gasifiers. A gas turbine and gasifier are extremely similar, it's just that the gas turbine uses compressors and has a slightly different apparatus setup than a gasifier. This following system shown right here is a homemade gasifier system that was found, and the process will be described on how to generate electricity by using this system. The main unit right here is where the process begins, and it consists of fuel and the fuel tank. The fuel used for this is usually wood pellets or wood chips, and they would be inserted in here, and the barrel would be heated up so that the vapor could be passed on to the next stage. The next stage would be the cyclone filter right here, where the filtered vapor would possess a screen, and unneeded materials such as charcoal and tar would be filtered out and sent here to the reject location. After the cyclone filter, it would be passed on to a secondary filter right here, which would be filled with pine dust or cedar dust, and it would further remove any more impurities in the vapor. Once the impurities are more or less removed, it would be passed on right here where a pump and rheostat are located, and in this area, it allows the user to control how much vapor they want flowing onto the torch. The last stage right here is where smoke will be passed on to the torch and come out of the torch. Once the smoke is hot enough or combustible enough and the torch can be lit, the user can know that the system is ready and the generator can be turned on to power the system.
Plug in my saw. Let's see if I can kill it. So there you got it. I'm running my generator completely on the vapors that are produced by this gasifier.